The Unemployment Insurance Fund has now resumed payments of the COVID-19 TERS payments after they were suspended for 24 hours. Payments were paused for the temporary employer-employee relief scheme to address control deficiencies that were flagged by the Office of the Auditor General. Earlier today, Business 4SA slammed the halting of the payments, saying this was unfair to workers and staff members who rely on the relief fund. The UIF says they often pause payments when problems are exposed as part of their governance framework. The fund's been plagued by fraud claims, including payments made to people who are deceased, imprisoned or minors. Business 4SA says the UIF is paying out delayed claims for the July-August period and is still catching up on back payments from April. The UIF Commissioner, Tebogo Maraping, joins us now for more on this at very short notice. Commissioner, good evening to you. Thanks very much indeed for your time. You've resumed payments. How have you been able to resume them?
Thanks, Steve, for the time to clarify these issues. I think what I want to clarify to the South Africans is, as part of our combined assurance methodology, we have 4 layers. It's management control, it's risk, it's internal audit, and auditor general. And we've paused payments before. There were times when we paused payments for 3 days, 2 days, and it was all because we had picked up a control deficiency as part of our investigative processes to improve our processes. And then we resume again once the deficiency that we had picked up has been fixed. Even this time around, as part of the combined assurance mechanism, Auditor General has started working with us from the 1st of June, and as we're picking up findings, we're addressing them, but there was no need to pause on payments. But this time around, we saw it fit to pause payment just for 24 hours and fix this one defect that we are working on over the weekend, and once it's done, we will resume payments as normal.
So when you resume payments, are there going to be any problems in the system because of the backlog that's now being created, or do you think it will flow quite smoothly?
It should flow quite smoothly because we continued with the processing internally. The only thing we're not doing was paying. So that means we just need to shift the payments that we had already processed into the payment engine now that we fixed the issue that we had picked up.
All right. There were the issues that were picked up, and we know that obviously a lot of this was done in a rush. No one blames you for that. We know it's been very difficult. We know it took a while for everything to get going. It does increase the risk, though, that some people are going to get paid out when they shouldn't.
Say that again, Steve.
All of this increases the risk now that some people are going to get paid out when they shouldn't. I mean, are you still worried that some people are going to receive money that they don't actually deserve under the system?
No, not quite. Because what we've done, where we picked up these gaps, we've already blocked the cases where there's these issues that are on the system, and we've also upgraded the cases in the system. So we are convinced that we've closed the mission critical gaps that we need to close. But again, Steve, every system has potential gaps, and we'll continue to pick them up, fix them as we pick them up as part of the continuous improvement process.
So does this mean then, I mean, can you give us a date on when people who are supposed to get paid were expecting the money? When can they now expect to get this money?
We're already starting payment today, and tomorrow we'll make a bulk payment as well.
Okay, so you're going to have a lot of money flowing through the system. Are you confident you'll be able to get through the next 3 months without this happening again, without having to pause payments again?
I cannot commit to that, Steve, because in the main, as I said, it is a continuous improvement process. If we pick up an area where we need to improve, we may have to pause again as part of this continuous improvement. So improving the system is a likely thing to happen, and if we need to pause to introduce a particular control, we may have to do that.
I mean, some people would have been relying on this money. Some people have found themselves in a very desperate way over the last few days because the money didn't come through.
Yeah, but Steve, it was only a 24-hour break where we didn't pay. And so, and on one hand, Steve, if I continue to pay and I know there's a problem, you would also bring me here and say the commissioner is negligent, is irresponsible. And I'm doing the responsible thing to manage the country's coffers and make sure that I put the necessary controls in place.